The first thing I like about StashAway is that it gives me the already tripping. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Suyin and today I am bringing you another StashAway update. It's been maybe a month plus or maybe two since the last update and you all seem to really have enjoyed that one. So this is a brand new one where we're gonna discuss whether I've been doing what I said I would do in the last video, which is to put more money in StashAway. And actually today I was discussing with my little sister why I really like StashAway, and I'm gonna try to explain it to all of you within the next 60 seconds or less. So here it is. So the first thing I really like about StashAway is that it gives me the chance to invest in ETFs, and this is very accessible because as a Malaysian it is not as straightforward to invest in US ETFs. We need to open a brokerage account and things like that. It's just a lot more work to invest individually, so StashAway is very straightforward. And the second thing that I really like is that it reinvests our dividends for us, and something that is lesser known, it also claims back the 30% tax withheld on our dividends on our behalf because they're an institution and they can do that. A subscriber of mine gave me the download with this. I'll link it in the description bar down below. The third thing I like about StashAway is that I can automate my direct transfers every single month, so that means I can just let it go on autopilot and I will be investing. That is a way to do the dollar cost averaging strategy really well with this automation tool. The fourth and final thing that I really like about StashAway is that the team actually uses the platform for their own investments, and I know this for a fact because I've met Ken, the country manager of StashAway, and he uses StashAway, and that is phenomenal because I don't really believe in brands that wouldn't use their own products. That is really weird to me, and this is very cool because they themselves believe in the product and would advocate for it, and that's where they would put their own money. Okay, so today's video is going to be walking you through what's going on with my StashAway portfolio. And actually in September it was a little bit down, and that's where I took the opportunity to put in more money. So I'm gonna open my StashAway app, give a little bit of space here so I can put the screen up there, and we can see right now that my portfolio is worth 13,900 ringgit and 3 cents. This is a combination of the 3 portfolios that I have, one of which is empty. So the 2 portfolios that I am currently using in StashAway right now is the Financial Empowerment portfolio, which I renamed, and that is the 36% risk index. And I'm also using StashAway Simple, which is having my move out money for when I actually move out and move in with my boyfriend, and that is the equivalent of a money market fund, and that is a savings fund, whereas Financial Empowerment is actually an investment, which is what holds the basket of ETFs. So we're going to go through this. Currently, the value of my Financial Empowerment portfolio is 8,327 ringgit and 84 cents, but I only deposited 7,503 ringgit. So as you can see here, the returns that I have generated in this portfolio is 824 ringgit and 84 cents, and it has generated a time-weighted return of 18.21% or a money-weighted return of 31.10%. So that is phenomenal actually for a very passive portfolio, and I've been investing every single month since July 2019, and I've been doing the dollar cost averaging strategy. It's so brilliant, it's so straightforward, and it's so much less work than my stock portfolio, which I manage myself. That is more work, and yes, definitely there is better chance of higher returns there, but there is also higher chance of lower returns there as well because it's not like an index fund. You're actually putting in the work to manage that portfolio. So this one I really like, and as we can see, I don't think very much has changed in the composition of this portfolio. I might do a graph for you all to showcase if there has been any changes in the current weightage of the portfolio. Let's see the difference from the last video versus right now. Just at a glance, I don't know, I can't remember, but it looks like all of the ETFs are super familiar. That means they were already there in the past video. And we're going to compare the performance. So one thing to note when looking at performance, you want to switch out this time frame. So let's say May was the time where they kicked out the old ETFs and put in new ETFs into our portfolio. So we have to look at the last 6 months. Well, actually it's supposed to be the last 5 months, but we can see the performance of each of these ETFs have been super positive, and some more than others. For example, China Tech and consumer discretionary have been phenomenal in these time periods. And I am still kind of sour. I miss the US Tech and S&P 500 ETF. I thought those were the ETFs that I really like to have held in my portfolio, but it's okay. When you invest with a robo-advisor, this is actually what you are giving up. You're giving up control, and you have to be okay with it. I'm just talking to myself there. But yes, that's it. So I'm going to show you the transactions for my particular financial empowerment portfolio. And I can see here, let's see deposits, okay? So in August, I started depositing 1,000 ringgit instead of 250 ringgit, and this was very much in line with my decision to put more money in StashAway after giving it a 1-year trial and seeing that its performance has been pretty good. And within that September dip of the US market, going a bit lower than it normally would have been, I put in another 1,000 ringgit. So I would say that last month in September, I put in 2,000 ringgit to be exact. And this month for October, I deposited 1,000 ringgit as per usual direct debit. And I've not put in more money because the market is, it's not dipping. So I'm not putting in extra money on top of my dollar cost averaging strategy. So that is what's going on. And on the StashAway Simple side, I can say that it's still ongoing. I can see my dividend entitlements every single month. I don't know if they have changed from 2.4% projected to a lower percentage yet. Who knows? We'll find out in their next newsletter or email update. But basically, I have one more portfolio here that is not being used. It is a 20% risk index portfolio that says I like pina coladas, but that is actually, it was supposed to be my vacation fund. And then the Frank OCBC bank account came up where they give 1.8% per year at the moment for your savings without any frills, without any barriers to get past. So I'm not going to put my vacation fund in StashAway yet at the moment because of it takes a while to transfer your money in and out of Simple. And if it is like something else, like say moving out, I don't mind that few days of buffer period. But yeah, so I'm just like sitting on it, mulling on it. I don't know. I'll probably repurpose this portfolio for something else, maybe saving for kids, a wedding, I don't know. It's a lot of adulting stuff coming up as I move towards my 30s. So I think you can kind of relate if you are in your mid to late 20s. Things are getting very, very adult at the moment. But yeah, anyway, it's okay. That's just a very quick update on what's going on in my portfolio right now. Nothing very different. I'm still dollar cost averaging in, and I will continue to update you along the way. So if you are liking this video, remember to hit that like button and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And also please comment down below. Yeah, that will really help in the YouTube algorithm to get more people to see these videos, and maybe it will interest somebody and help them in their financial journey. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Okay, so something that I was hoping that I was able to insert into this part of the video was my exploration with looking at StashAway Singapore. And this came to a halting stop, a dead end if you will, because I thought I would be able to invest in StashAway Singapore for their income portfolio, which is denominated in Sing dollars. So I found that very exciting because, you know, being Malaysian, we don't exactly have the best currency in terms of value retention. So the ringgit is something that moves pretty quickly. It is good to think of currency diversification as well when it comes to our money. through StashAway Singapore. However, with the income fund being denominated in Sing dollars, there is a minimum requirement. You need 10,000 Sing to start that portfolio. So that is something that I am not willing to put in because it is a large amount of money for a small, how do I say this? A small return rate. So I think the rate was 3 point something less than 4% per annum, and I wasn't prepared to put so much money into StashAway Singapore's income fund. And yeah, I think the money can be better used elsewhere for me personally. And because the portfolio mainly consists of corporate bonds, government bonds, and REITs in Singapore, I thought it would be interesting to actually access it through purchasing actual Singaporean REITs, which are pretty interesting. In Singapore, the landscape for REITs is very intriguing because you know Singapore is so small and they have very, very valuable land due to the scarcity of it. It's all down to demand and supply. And the type of REITs that they have is also very interesting. So they have data centers, they have logistic type REITs, which I am quite into. I do believe it's one of those industries that will take off in the future as we continue to move a lot of things digital and online and e-commerce and things like that. So I have looked into Singapore REITs before, and it is quite fun to look into it to see what is there that's available, whether they are selling above NAV, whether they're selling below, and yeah, they have different types of REITs to check out. So that could be one avenue to reach this Sing dollar denomination diversification, if that is something that interests you. Or if you are Singaporean, you do have some access to SYFE and things like that, and someone told me that we are able to access SYFE as Malaysians, so I will check that out at some point in time. And yeah, I think it is definitely doable to have a look at some Singapore REITs, and it's always nice to have some REITs in our portfolio as well because they are the crossover between real estate and stocks. And so yeah, I guess that's my take so far, but we'll see in the future. Maybe they will reduce the requirement for that income portfolio or income fund under StashAway Singapore. But yeah, at the moment, it is not something that I'm looking at, and I just thought I wanted to share that with you. So take good care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!